Mortgage is far beyond our expectation.
He's the surface way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
Hello and good evening to you. Glad to have you join us again on another episode of Everyone Deserves a Home. I am your regular host, Zulaihat Bello-Guber. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people, and yearly this number significantly increases. This is where the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria comes in, rising up to the challenge by constantly developing products to suit the various needs of Nigerians. The individual construction loan is one of the new products of the FMBN, and that is what we shall be looking at tonight. This, alongside other segments, will make up tonight's episode of the program. Before the program fully takes off, we will bring you updates of happenings from the diary of the FMBN. See you after this time out.
The latest couple in town.
Good day, sir.
How are you? Oh, sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Drinks?
No, we're fine, sir.
How was the moon experience?
It was quite an experience.
How about house?
We are renting at the moment, but we intend to save enough to own our own house, right?
Why not avoid all those Shylock landlords and own a house upfront? With the average income and cost of building houses today in Nigeria, mortgage is the best option. No sweat. I tell you what, that was how I got my first house, and I've never regretted it.
To make good homes, and by implication, a good society, an individual is expected to have an abode from which to take off and return at the end of each day. At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home. Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
On the news diary tonight, primary mortgage banks get reassurance of FMBN continued support. Details of these and more coming your way shortly.
The Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Architect Ahmed Dengiwa, has restated the bank's continued support to primary mortgage banks to make their housing development endeavors successful. He was speaking at the commissioning of the Aso Life Camp Estate in Abuja recently. Dengiwa noted that the conception and delivery of the housing project has shown the desire of primary mortgage banks to continue to empower Nigerians and expand their pool of choices in the area of home ownership.
I want to assure you, especially ASO and other PMBs of FMBN supports, to continually make successes out of our housing development endeavors. The conception and delivery of this housing project has further shown the genuine desire of our primary mortgage banks to continue to empower Nigerians and expand their pool of choices in the area of home ownership through construction and mortgage financing. It is therefore a thing of joy for us at Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to be associated with today's event.
The Managing Director also added that the FMBN is committed to ensure that Nigerians have access to decent and secure accommodation through affordable mortgage financing. While giving the opening speech at the event, Executive Director, Corporate Services Directorate, ASO Savings, Hajia Risi Ahmed, appreciated the FMBN for its constant support. She stated that ASO Savings is committed to putting smiles on the faces of Nigerians by providing affordable housing.
FMBN has continued to support ASO Savings and Loans, and we are very grateful. Today, we are here again. We are here to witness another product of our commitment to continue to put smiles on the faces of families by providing affordable housing for our customers.
She added that the estate represents phase 1 of the Life Camp developments of ASO Savings and has been fully sold out. The Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Architect Ahmed Dengiwa, has called on the Committee of Vice Chancellors in Nigeria to ensure that university workers engage and fully participate in the NHF scheme of the FMBN. He made the call at a masterclass on managing universities' enterprises for improved growth and profitability for the Committee of Vice Chancellors in Nigeria. He was represented by the Group Head, Strategies and Performance, Oladapo Fakeye. Speaking on the topic, Financing Housing Deficit in Nigerian University Environment, Fakeye disclosed that the FMBN wants to have more universities on the NHF scheme.
We seek to plead the cooperation of the Committee of Vice Chancellors and Vice Chancellors to ensure their workers' full participation in the National Housing Fund. We will seek your cooperation, number two, to seek your cooperation so that if need be, we are always willing and ready to enlighten, to conduct sensitization workshops for your workers so that they know the requirements of the NHF, but probably more importantly, the benefits that await them and the various loan products they can access to be beneficiaries of the National Housing Fund.
He also disclosed that the bank is working towards providing hostel accommodation for university students. High point of the event was a presentation of an award of participation to the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
The FMBN is continuously seeking new ways to involve as many Nigerians as possible in its schemes. Numerous products have been created to cater for the peculiar needs of the different people that make up the economy, and the individual construction loan is one of them. What is this product and what makes it different from other products of the FMBN? These and more answers will be provided in our next segment, Building Blocks. Please stay tuned.
Across the country, there are various FMBN-funded estates. NHF contributors become homeowners in these estates through mortgage arrangements or via the rent-to-own scheme. And they are happy with those arrangements. They do not need to go through the hassle of looking for the land or other complexities. However, not every NHF contributor has to buy a house in an estate. What if you already have a parcel of land? That's why the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is constantly introducing new products to satisfy every need. The individual construction loan is one of the many products of the FMBN designed to meet the specific needs of those who already own a land.
When we came on board in this bank, we realized that people only come to get loan to renovate their houses and to buy their houses, or to go into the rent-on of the houses we had built. But some people approach us that, look, I have my own land, either in FCT or in my state capital or in my village, that has a covered CFO. How can you now lend money for me to build that houses for us?
The construction loan affords contributors the opportunity to access mortgage loans for the construction of homes. Under this loan arrangement, contributors can access a maximum amount of 15 million naira at an interest rate of 7% for a maximum tenure of 15 years. The individual construction loan is one of the new initiatives of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and just like other products of the bank, it requires one to be a contributor to the NHF scheme for a minimum period of 6 months to be able to access the loan, after which some basic requirements must be met to enable a contributor access it. Requirements include that the contributor must provide a land in the name of the applicant with appropriate title that must be free from any encumbrance, provide a building plan approved by the development control of that particular location, provide a bill of quantity, and provide a work plan phase in 30-30-40 plan. Other basic requirements include letter of introduction from the contributor's organization where he or she works, and for those in the informal sector, a document certifying that the applicant has a business with a continuous flow of income. Once these requirements are met, the bank evaluates and scrutinizes the application and the requirements the contributor has provided. The contributor is then required to do a work of 10% value of the building plan. This will enable the contributor access the first tranche of 30%.
there is a requirement that you need to do at least a work of 10% value of whatever you want to build. If you want to have a house of, say, 10 million naira, the bill shows that, yes, the cost of this house will be 10 million naira. So we expect you to do some work of, say, 1 million naira on ground. So from there, we give you the 30% and you now continue. Once you utilize this money, our branch office will go and supervise, ensure that, yes, do the valuation to ensure that you have utilized the 30% that you are given, and then we now give you the next tranche and you continue building.
The individual construction loan, unlike the NHF mortgage loan, does not require a third party. With the construction loan, a beneficiary gets to deal directly with the bank.
You are directly in charge of this project. Directly in the sense that this money will be directly disbursed to you and under the supervision of the bank. And then, of course, you keep on building your house to the point at which you complete it. So you are directly in charge of this project.
At various stages of the project, the FMBN engaged building professionals to monitor and supervise the project to ensure that the progress of work is moving according to plan. This will enable the bank release other tranches of payment till the completion of the project.
Somebody has to monitor the construction of that houses to ensure that the time used, what you say you are developing, you are also developing it. That's why we have to employ the services we employ within us, build professionals, architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, and estate surveyors into the employment of the bank. We ensure that we foster them in all the 36 state branches of the country, including FCT. We ensure that our build professional in that state, they supervise the project from time to time, they submit reports to us. When you are done with the first tranche, you apply for the second tranche, and that second tranche will be certified by our build professionals, and then they recommend when we pay. And when we pay, you just keep on construction.
The individual construction loan is not only required for a new building, but can be used for the completion of uncompleted buildings.
If you're just joining us, the program is still Everyone Deserves a Home. We have in recent times explored the Southwest for different estates funded by the FMBN. Still in that region, we shall see another project the FMBN funded and delivered to Nigerians many years back, and today is still on ground as proof that affordable housing is not only in numbers, but quality is also key. Stay tuned as we bring you details of these estates in our next segment, Project in Focus.
Sitting on a land space of 18 hectares is Shelter View Estate, Afao Road, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State. The estate is a 220-unit housing project comprising 25 units of 2-bedroom apartments, 145 units of 3 bedrooms, and 50 units of 4-bedroom detached bungalows. The estate is already fully completed with over 2/3 of the units subscribed to. Chief Ladipo Ani of Shelter View and Investments Nigeria Limited was the developer of the estate.
The collaboration was that we were allocated a parcel of land by Federal Ministry of Housing then, and we now approached Federal Mortgage Bank for financing, and over some time they did the financing for the estate.
A total sum of 525 million naira was approved and disbursed. Quality was one thing that was not compromised in the course of building the estate.
The thing speaks for itself. Even if you see, these houses have been built for more than 10 years and they are all still standing, except for where we have a swampy area, but the others are still okay. So we did not compromise at all. In fact, we use our expertise to make sure that we were able to put up this at a very, very minimal cost.
We have a project monitoring unit that visits here on monthly basis. The state office comes on weekly basis, from head office, monthly basis, and apart from that, there is a project monitoring consultant engaged by the bank to monitor our projects all over the country to ensure that quality are not compromised.
The estate is fully fenced and designed with good road networks alongside various facilities to aid a better living for beneficiaries of the estate.
The bank funded the infrastructure up to the tune of 70%, while the developer's contribution was 30%. So the housing units, the 100 housing units is funded 100%. I mean, the 220 housing unit is funded 100% by the bank.
Houses in this estate were targeted not only at government workers, but also for those in the informal sector and any NHF contributor who had interest.
Most of them are federal government civil servants, most of them. Although we have those we have some from the state government, but most of them are federal government state workers.
Even those that are not working in the state, but they are indigenous of the state, and they are government workers. Even those that are not even government workers, but as long as you are a contributor to the scheme, you are entitled to own at least one unit.
The Lagos State Building Control Agency has appealed to estate developers to follow due process in building development. The agency's general manager, Bolahan Oki, made the appeal when he received the executives of real estate developers of Lagos State, who paid a familiarization visit to Lagos State Building Control Agency office in Lagos. Oki noted that the services of developers would be needed to checkmate the malaise of building collapse in the state. He said due to increased cases of building collapse, it has become necessary for the agency to engage all stakeholders in the building industry to unravel the causes and remedies to building collapse. According to him, the association should adopt best practices to ensure structural integrity, prevent loss of lives and properties. Polytechnic students across the Federation are partnering with the private developers Messrs. Doma Group Limited on a national housing scheme. The National Association of Polytechnic Students (NAPS) targets 2 million students under the Nigerian Polytechnic Students Housing Investment Scheme targeted at monotechnics, other allied national diploma (ND), and ordinary national diploma (OND) awarding institutions. NAPS National President Benedict Olalere, while speaking in Ibadan during a press conference on Introduction of Nigerian Polytechnic Students Housing Investment Scheme in all the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), said, "The scheme was born out of passion to secure the future of the polytechnic students through real estate investments." He said, "The project will give every student access to land in any state of their choice, including FCT, and also allow students to invest in real estate by buying a plot of land with daily, weekly, or monthly contributions."
Daily, more and more Nigerians are afforded the opportunity to become homeowners through different products of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Tonight, we will bring you the story of a very young Nigerian who took up the chance to own a home through cooperative society and today is a happy and proud homeowner. Sit back and watch and be motivated by the story of Alexander Omoraka.
You may be threatened every year. I thought mortgage is an alien thing.
When this house came, I even added weight.
I was really happy about that.
They made it easy for everybody.
It's very flexible. I'm one of the beneficiaries.
Federal Mortgage Bank has done well.
Houses for all.
"29-year-old Alexandra Omoraka is an assistant lecturer with the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Ondo State. He seized the opportunity of becoming a homeowner at the age of 28. He explains the process he went through to become the owner of a 3-bedroom apartment at the FMBN Futa Housing Cooperative Society Estate, Ilara, Ondo State, which he got for 7.4 million naira and only paid 10% of the total sum to take ownership of the house.
First, you have to obtain a form to show interest, fill the form you submit. Then they give you the requirements, that's the financial requirements. After fulfilling the financial requirements, they process it. Then when the approval comes, they tell you to come to the site. Since I opted for the 3-bedroom, they showed me the 3 bedrooms available, because then some people have subscribed to some of the buildings. So they were, when I was ready to choose a building, when I fulfilled the financial requirement, there were only 3 buildings left as at that time, 3 bedroom buildings. So they showed me the 3 bedroom that were available, and I chose this one. The building is a 3-bedroom flat, full bungalow, not attached to any other building. The whole compound is owned by me. Then the amount of the building when I got it in 2019 was 7.4 million naira. But I'm not to pay 7.4 million naira once. I'm to pay 10%, which is 740,000 naira. That was the amount I pay as equity contribution.
The experience of living in a rented apartment cannot be compared to having his own home.
The experience is quite different. And then the self-contained, I do joke with, then I wasn't married. I was still, we were still in courtship then. I do joke with my fiancé then that 1 year after paying 1 year rent, before you know it, 1 year is almost over. And when the years come to an end, you start thinking, where will I get the next rent? That was the experience in the rent. And the building I was staying at Futa Northgate then, it's a student environment, so, and the building is quite okay. People are always interested in getting that building. So because of that, the landlord was always on our neck whenever the rent is coming to an end, because he has people that are ready to come in once you pack out. So it was always like, when are you paying? Your rent is ending. So you can imagine that. But when I came here, there was nothing like that. As in, the peace is there. Everyone, instead of getting worried when it's come to the end of the year that where will I get the next rent, instead you are celebrating the festive season with a peace of mind.
And one good thing about all these is that for young NHF subscribers like Alexandra, who are just joining the labour market, having long years ahead of them to gradually make the repayment makes the program more interesting and convenient.
I have more than 30 years left because I'm an assistant lecturer, like I said earlier. And when you look at the academic cadre, assistant lecturer is the beginning point, so I'm still just starting. So I still have a number of years left, quite a lot of years left. I have 30-something years left. But since the maximum number of years accepted by the Federal Mortgage Bank is 30 years, so the repayment was planned for 30 years.
Finally, he has this advice for those that are yet to buy into the NHF scheme.
Definitely some people would doubt initially. In short, personally, I've had many people coming to me to ask me how the program is, because some of them were scared that probably it's something, people have this belief that when you go to the commercial bank, they will tell you something that will entice you to get a loan. But at the end of getting the loan, they will start coming up with several other things that you have to fulfill in order to fully pay back the loan. So because of that, that do scare people away for obtaining loan from the commercial bank. But when it comes to the Federal Mortgage Bank, through which I got this building, people were also skeptical that probably it's something like that. But by the time they come to me and I explain to them, they were very, very much happy and interested. In short, some of them are part of the people opting for the second phase now. So it's a very, very good program in comparison to other areas of getting loan to put up a building. The Federal Mortgage Bank has really, really made it easy.
If your dream is to own a home of your own, the FMBN is ready and willing to partner with you to make this dream a reality. You can visit any of the branch offices in your state to get details of how to go about it, or simply visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more details. On this note, we end this edition of the program. I'll be back next week on this same station, same time. Please make it a date. See you next week.